Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We can meet again now. I hope you are very good. In this presentation, I will discuss about the problem of online learning. Before that, I will introduce myself. My name is Hilmi Sholahudin. You can call me Hilmi. I am 18 years old and I am from TBI-A class. Before we discuss about the problem of online learning, we must understanding about definition of learning first. What is online learning? Online learning is a part of distance education that specially embed electronic technology and internet-based technology or ICT in learning. Online learning is a program for organizing online learning class to reach a broad massive group of students. Online learning refers to the use of internet-based technology features, which are highly dependent on the availability of information technology. Online learning is a learning system with a directly face-to-face between teacher and student. The online learning requires an internet network. The teacher and student carry out learning together at the same time but in different places. Various applications and platforms can be used, such as WhatsApp, Telegram, Google Meet, Zoom, and others. To support this online learning, the main device needed is computer or Android connected to the internet network. Next, to what are the characteristics of online learning? We can see that in-screen have three characteristics. First is computer-based learning. The second is digital classroom, and the last is interactivity. Let's move in the next slide. In this slide, we can see the graphic of characteristic online learning, and I will describe the 3 point one by one. First is computer-based learning. In carrying out online learning, both student and the teacher are required to have electronic devices such as cell phone, laptops, computer, and other to access online learning media. And the second is digital classroom. With the use of electronic, you will be able to carry out online learning digitally, be it using video presentation, games, discussion, meet online. And the last is interaction. In online learning, more interaction is also needed between teacher and student. This can be done through discussion using WhatsApp or virtual face using the Zoom application, Gmeet, Google Classroom, and others. After we know definition and characteristic of online learning, so let's continue discuss the main topic of presentation. First is problem of online learning. Next slides, we can get three problem of online learning. First is limited time and space. Due to the limitation of time and space in online learning, teachers will have difficulty in uniting students during the learning process and exams, and it makes learning less effective. Example, when holding meetings or discussion but via chat or face-to-face online, teachers cannot know whether the students are active or not in class, and teachers cannot provide more training to students. And the second is don't have adequate facilities because learning is done at home. There are not a few students who are less able to meet the needs to necessary facilities, both electronic or internet. It often happens in most students who have a background that is less well off financially. And the third is lack of mastery of technology. and other online media in the online learning process. Students are required to be able to operate the technology and media in it. Especially, teachers must adapt to new learning methods using the online media such as presentation, Zoom, discussion, absent on the web, and many others. So, and in the next slides, we can see the percentage of problem online learning. We can see that the most common problem is the lack of understanding of technology and online media with a value of 18.5%, and the second highest does not have adequate facilities, perhaps due to family social factor or others. And finally, limit time and place is the lowest problem with 7 in the with 16.7%, because we know this can be overcome by rescheduling our learning so that it can be well structured. After we know the problem of from learning online learning, there must be a solution. So next on the slide, discuss about solution from problem of online learning. How to solve the problem of online learning? Okay, we can answer that in the next slides. In this slide, we can have three solutions. First is teacher should prepare learning materials and as interesting as possible. The subject material presented in PowerPoint slides accompanied by learning videos will feel more alive by students. And the second solution is find the student problems and help find the best solution. Teacher, assisted by guidance and counseling teacher, tries to find information on what obstacles are causing the student to be inactive by contacting the student parents. When the problems stem from the family's economic backwardness and inadequate learning, the teacher can provide facility support from the school so that students can follow the learning process well without obstacles. And the last solution is use platform with simpler operation and upgrading the skill. Regarding the action on IT mastery, teachers can use platform with simpler operation. For example, WhatsApp application. Whoever teacher have to gradually improve their IT competition. For example, by following related workshop, learning to other teacher who have more abilities in IT field, following the video tutorial on YouTube, the present many learning application user, the step for using them and how to produce instructional videos can also improve the IT skill. We can see example graphic solution of online learning in next slides. First example is make lesson plan. The teacher must do that to facilitate the learning process and match the method used. Second is find new things. When we learning, we can explore our material to improve and make a new thing. And the last example is use simple media from discussion. The teacher and student can make agreement about which is the easiest to use media. Maybe a note from that, so let's move to the last material is advantage and disadvantage online learning. In advantage online learning, we have 4 points. First, having extra time for self-study. Because the material presented in online learning is not too much, student can explore the material that has been given by the teacher themselves. And second, having easy access to resourceful materials online. On the internet, there are many learning resources needed by students. So, Students should be able to explore them to improve their understanding of the material and learn a lot of new knowledge. And the third is exposing to new and interesting method in learning using online media. Both student and the teacher can create new learning methods that are more fun by using existing technology and media, like making educational games. And the last is saving the travel time, because learning can be done at home on or in the our place. It saves time to traveling to school for the learning process. Besides having advantage, online learning also has a disadvantage that should be minimized. Here are some disadvantages of online learning. Is first is suffering from concentration loss. When learning is only done by discussion in group chat for WA, that it can lead to a lack of student concentration on the material, and the teacher will find it difficult to overcome this. The second is lack of condition for developing social interaction skill. In online discussion, student and teacher have difficulty interacting with each other, and this will have an impact on students' understanding of the material provided by the teacher. The third, lack of self-discipline. Lack of discipline is something that students will often do, because online learning sometimes seems boring and students will be lazy in following lesson, and it reduces student discipline and responsibility. And the last is lack of body movements. When learning is only done by sitting and facing the computer, it can reduce students' health to lack of movement and exercise. It must be minimized, because when our bodies are not healthy, it is also difficult for us to focus on learning. In the last slides, I give some data from disadvantage online learning. You can see that I capture in the journal of journal in learning online search. Maybe a note for all material from me. If there are wrong words and shortcomings, I'm sorry. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.